Welcome to a new episode of Medicine in 3 minutes. As usual, we go straight to the point. The subject is bravely made clear and often illustrated. Let's start. Today's topic is about Piaget's stage of cognitive development. Piaget's stage of cognitive development, they start with sensorimotor and control motor, then function-object permanent, then pre-operational egocentric, then concrete operational, in which death is permanent, and then formal operational with a think abstractive. The last stage is deductive reasoning. In a Piaget development model, children move from a position of egocentricity to sociocentrism. Progression from intuitive response to scientific and socially acceptable response. Biological development is adaptation through assimilation and accommodation. Assimilation responds in a coherent manner. Accommodation modify an existing schema to deal with a new case. The stage of development are related to the age. Intellectual development is an upward spiral. Children should not learn certain concepts before maturity. First stage, Piaget sensorimotor stage. Through the sense and motor ability, infants gain a basic understanding of the world around them. The infant is born with a sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. Combined with touching, grasping, and tasting allow infants to interact and build. The next stage is the permanence of object. Object continue to exist even if it is not seen. In the game of hide and seek, when an object is hidden from view, the infant is a certain age is upset by the disparitions of the object. It is because he is too young to understand that the object continues to exist even though it cannot be seen. Pre-operational. During this stage, children begin to engage in symbolic play and learn to manipulate symbols. However, Piaget noted that they do not yet understand concrete logic. The egocentric child assumes that other people see, hear, and feel the same as the child does. The next stage is the concrete operational stage. At the concrete operational stage, use of inductive logic to move from a specific experience to a general principle. When you are near the cat, you get itchy eyes, runny nose, and swollen throat. You are allergic to cats. You make the relationship between the allergy and the cat. The next stage is concrete operational. We make the conservation test, which is 2 glasses of the same size will fill to the same level. Make sure the child understands that the 2 glasses contain the same amount of water. Pour the liquid from one to the small glass into a tall, thin glass. Ask the child if the larger glass contains more liquid, less liquid, or the same amount of liquid. The child will then give his answer. Element K are the justification, the number of requests, and the choice of word. At concrete operational stage, death is permanent. At the stage of formal operational stage, this stage does not mark the completion of cognitive development. The skills developed in the formal operational stage continue to build through adulthood. At this stage, the individual thinks abstractly. Now we move to Clark Graves' emerging cyclic theory, which is combined with memetic proposed by Richard Dawkins. In addition to influencing the field of philosophy in the form of both integral theory and metamodernism, spiral dynamics is known for its application in management theory and business ethics, and as an example of memetic applied. Spiral dynamic of Clark Graves. Turquoise is holistic life support. Yellow is synergy. Green is community. Orange is success. Blue is order. Red is energy and power. Purple is security. And beige is survival. Let's make a parallel between Piaget, Erikson, and Freud. From birth to 1 year, Freud is oral. Erikson is trust versus mistrust. Piaget is sensorimotor control motor, the use of sight and hearing. From 1 year to 3 years, for Freud is anal. For Erikson is autonomy versus shame, and for Piaget is function object permanent. From 3 years to 5 years, Freud is phallic. Erikson, initiative versus guilt. Piaget, pre-operational egocentric. 6 years to 11 years, Freud is latent. Erikson, industry versus inferiority. Piaget, concrete operational thinking, death is permanent. 11 years and adolescence for Freud is genital. Erikson, identity versus role diffusion. Piaget, formal operational thinking, abstractivity. After 20 years to 40 years, there is nothing for Freud. For Erikson, intimacy versus isolation. And for Piaget is deduction reasoning. Let's review. The first stage is sensorimotor versus control motor. Functioning object permanent. Pre-operational egocentric. Concrete operational death is permanent. Formal operational think abstractivity. Then deductive reasoning. Thank you for watching this episode of Medicine in 3 minutes. Make sure to click the button like and subscribe. Your comments are very welcome. Thank you for watching.